Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are new here. So today's video, I'm going to share with you an after Christmas clean with me, and then I also decided to film taking down all of my Christmas decor. So I hope you guys enjoy, and I hope it motivates you to get your house in order before the new year. But let's go ahead and get started. This was Christmas morning. Our house was a complete disaster. But we had an amazing time, and that's all that matters. If you are one who picks up as you go, or if you're like me and you just let them destroy everything and then clean up later, it doesn't matter. As long as your kids and your family is having an amazing time, that's all that matters. So, I hope you guys had a great Christmas. We did. It's just the one thing that happened. I wanted to tell you guys. It's kind of funny now, but it was not funny in the moment. So Santa's elves were trying to put the bike together for my daughter and realized that the elves forgot to put the seat in the box. So there was no seat for my daughter's bike for Christmas morning, and we panicked. And on top of all of it, so the kids have older bikes, and we decided to put their bikes by the road just in case anybody needed, to give their kids a last minute gift. So we just gave those away, and we put them out by the road so that way someone could pick them up. Well, when we realized there was no seat, we were like, oh, we'll just go get the seat off of Maya's old bike and just stick it on there just temporarily until we can get a new seat. Well, we forgot that we already gave those away, and it was just a panicked evening. It really was. And I know it sounds silly, but, Christmas morning is so magical, and as a parent, you want it to be extremely exciting no matter what. And honestly, my daughter handled it with grace. She is just such a sweetheart. She's like, I got a new bike too, but Santa forgot my seat. And we made a joke about it, and also Santa wrote her a really nice letter, so she knew right away that it was going to be fixed, and she's been super good about it, so that was amazing. But I hope you guys had a great time with your family, and if you didn't have a chance to spend with your family, I hope that you had a good time by yourself, because that's always fun too, just getting to relax and just enjoy some peace and quiet. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and keep cleaning up, and then after this, we're going to jump into taking down all of the Christmas decor.
You used to touch, I used to dream. We used to say, you're the prettiest I've ever seen. So long ago, before it all went down in flames, we were harder than it wouldn't be. How could we know that it was all wrong? We've been out of love, yeah, for so long. Yeah, how could we know when it was all done? Yeah, now here we are, and we are long gone. Live fast and die young. Tell me, do you wanna rewind for a while? Hot ache, red flames. Tell me, could we do it again one more time? Do it again one more time. With candy eyes and all the
Alright, so moving on to the next day, this was filmed on Saturday. I didn't have a chance to film anymore on actual Christmas Day. I would have taken my decor down probably if it wasn't for our family coming into town, and honestly, I didn't think they were coming. They told me they were coming, but I honestly was like, oh, it's Christmas Day. They're not actually going to show up. And sure enough, they were on their way, and they called us when they were an hour out. And I was like, oh my gosh, they're actually coming. So y'all, I didn't plan on cooking because we just planned on, ordering out, finding something that was open just to keep it easy and just super relaxing. I didn't have to worry about cooking or anything like that. So when our family was coming into town, I realized that oh man, it's Christmas and I have nothing planned to eat. It was a mess, but it all worked out. It was my brother-in-law and my sister-in-law and her daughter, so my niece, and it was fine. We all ended up eating at IHOP for dinner, and it turned out really nice. We had an amazing time. But I also quickly just wanted to say, if you are putting your Christmas decor away and you have little lights that have batteries, make sure you take those batteries out or they will corrode over the year and it will ruin your lights. I learned my lesson with this, so I just want to save you guys from having to spend unnecessary money. That way things last a little longer. But anyway, I'm going to move on to just putting away all the little tedious Christmas decor that I have randomly all over. I'll play some music and then I might hop on in just a little bit and explain what I'm doing.
I once felt I'm done with the defense. Drove back and climbed over your fence. Had to show you that I was a mess. So you were shrugging your shoulders. I'm closed off, that's what I told you. Soon enough, everything started to change. 'Cause there's no going back, no going back. There's no going back to your old life. Not living in the past, we're over that. I'm feeling it tonight, riding on the dizzying heights. Riding on the dizzying heights. Felt like nothing could stop us. Sunsets, remember the colors. They were wrong, it was way more than a dream. We climbed up, yeah, over the hillside. So right, we stood there all wide-eyed. You and I, floating on air in my mind. 'Cause there's no going back, no going back. There's no going back to your old life. Not living in the past, we're over that. I'm feeling it tonight.
Alright, so now I'm going to clean up and tidy up the living room. So this room wasn't that bad. Like I said, we had cleaned up the day before, and we kind of like cleaned up every morning and just every couple hours just to make sure it wasn't out of control. But I did decide to do this while the kids were napping, and then Amaya woke up. She wanted a snack. And like I said, I was just kind of tidying up a little bit. Now, I did not show the kids' rooms in this video because the kids got so many toys from not only us, but from our family as well. Next year, we got to do a lot better about just kind of, I don't know, do a little bit better. They got way, 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 way too much stuff. And their rooms are piled high with toys right now, and it's just a nightmare in there. I don't even want to attempt to go in there right now. So what I'm going to do is just let the kids embrace it for a couple days. Let Zoe relax on the couch like she always does. And I will go in there and do a clean, organize, and all that when the time is right. But this weekend was not the weekend for that. So I'm just sticking to the main living space today. By the way, these containers I bought, these are from Lowe's, and I love them. They're way nicer than like the cheap, plastic ones, the Christmas plastic ones. I've always bought those just because they're on the cheaper side, but the lids never stay on. They crack all the time. So I seen this guy had these in his buggy, and I was like, hey, how much are those? And he said they were only $10 a piece. So I was like, oh, $2 more. I get a better container that stacks nicer. I'll get those instead. So if you are looking for containers, check out Lowe's. Get these heavy duty ones. I think they're so much more worth it than those thin plastic ones. So to separate all my Christmas ornaments and stuff, I usually use like Walmart bags or the containers that the ornaments come in, just depending on which ones they are. This just kind of helps separate them, so like next year when I decide what colors I'm going for, I can easily find, what I'm looking for. So I'm just using the old plastic containers that these ornaments come in to put these bulbs back in. And I think next year I won't have to buy anything. I think I have everything I need to decorate for next year. I have like every color you can imagine. I've saved the bulbs from almost all of our Christmas trees, and that's 10 Christmas trees that we've had now. So I definitely have a lot. And I ended up like reorganizing the old container I had. You'll see what I'm talking about when I go to put the lid on. It just keeps popping off. But then again, to the container's defense, I like overstuff everything. I'm like, it's gonna fit. And I'll like shove it in there because I'm just trying to like make the most of space, because I do have a small house. So I don't have a lot of space to store things. I need like things to fit in these containers. So I just shove it all in there and like shut the lid and just hope it fits. But there was a lot of unnecessary stuff in this small green container. that I just needed to throw away and go through, but I was procrastinating it, but I ended up going through it, so you'll see that in just a minute. And then like all of our sentimental ornaments, I always keep them in the same area together, and I wrap those really good so they don't break. And same thing for our little train that goes around our Christmas tree. I just keep it in its original box. It does take up a lot more space than it needs to, but it's nice to know that everything's in that one box and I know exactly where it's at.
You said that you needed me like a cargo, you will carry me. I just hope you know my depth, even though it makes no sense. Sometimes I'm broken, too much of emotions. Sometimes I'm the lightning, don't wanna pick a fight with. Everything seems so good, I guess I can't help myself. Would you call me if I'm in the dark? I'm calling up 'cause I'm right under the stars.
What a mess. What a mess. What a mess. What a mess. So yes, I made a huge disaster, especially when I was taking off the ornaments and the lights. Like, I wasn't being gentle at all. Like, I was ripping that stuff out of the tree, so the branches were breaking off. And our Christmas tree was about done. We've been watering it every single day, and it still was dying so bad. Ever since the day we bought it, that the little needles were falling off like crazy. So it made a huge mess. And I don't know how in the world I was walking around barefoot. Now that I'm watching this, it's like making me, why didn't I vacuum or sweep right away? Like, I must have been like in the zone, because I hate the way that stuff feels underneath my feet. That's why I'm always wearing slippers, or like I wear tennis shoes a lot. I love to be barefoot, but not when there's stuff on my floor like this. And I'm just walking through it as if there's nothing there. But see, I did put my slippers on. So obviously I had enough. Anyway, I am now going to start sweeping. I just wanted to get all these containers out of the way. And you will see it's like a whole little Christmas tree on the ground whenever you see how much I sweeped up. It's insane how many needles fell off of this tree. And a lot of them were existing on the floor, so it's not like when I moved it, the whole tree just fell apart. It was losing needles all day long, every day. So it was fine. I'm glad to have it gone. They're not all over my house anymore. And even though I absolutely love a real Christmas tree, the downfall is this extreme mess. Like, this is ridiculous. And when you have dogs and kids and they're running through all this all the time, they're all over your house all the time. You have to sweep and vacuum mop every single day, it feels like. So it is exhausting. It's extremely exhausting. I really want a fake tree next year. I'm trying to convince Dylan that we can just get a fake tree and use it for a couple years until, like, the kids are a little older and it's not so messy. Because I mean, I know I'm going to miss this. I know I'm going to miss the mess, and I'm going to miss all of it. But our Christmas tree this year didn't even smell good, honestly. It only smelled good for like the first couple days, and then it faded away and I couldn't smell it. And yes, this dog does not leave me alone, in case you were wondering. She always is wondering what I'm doing, and especially when I'm filming. I think she thinks I'm nuts when I'm like toting the camera around filming myself. She's like, "Mom, do you need help? I'm right here if you need some attention." So to clean off the tables and the TV stands and stuff, I'm using my go-to Pine Glow. I share this cleaner in all my videos because I truly love it and just how affordable it is. There's no reason to spend an extreme amount on cleaning supplies when you can get a whole bottle of this stuff for like 98 cents. It's like super cheap and it works so good. I've actually heard of a few YouTubers who actually use it too because it is a good cleaner and it's not like an overkill scent. Like, you know how some cleaners are just so strong that they just linger for way too long? This one is not like that. When you clean, it smells fresh and clean, but it's a good clean, and it doesn't like hurt your head or anything like that. Because if you're like me, I'm very sensitive to smells, and if it's overly strong, I will get like a sinus headache from it, and it takes a long time for me to get rid of it once I have one. So I definitely love cleaners that aren't overly strong. And now I'm going to quickly just clean up the mess that I made along the way. Sometimes I make more of a mess when I'm cleaning than, like, what's the point of cleaning when you're making a mess, But sometimes you have to make a mess to clean a mess. And so I'm going to wipe off this table and then move on to doing a quick last minute vacuum on the floor just to get any of those pine needles that might have been left behind. And then also tidy up the kitchen really quick.
Trying to make up your mind like you need more time. You've already spent most of mine. Even when your words fail, you try to keep it light. You realize I'm done right. You can be honest. I don't appreciate your lies. It's about damn time you get it right. I'm up all night and you keep pretending that you'll keep fighting. Save the world when it falls. I'm up all night and you just keep talking. Are you even the slightest worried that I'll move on and walk by you? You always try to find a way out, buying yourself time. I'll make it easier for you and say goodbye. You can be honest. I don't appreciate your lies. It's about damn time you get it right. 'Cause I'm up all night and you keep pretending that you'll keep fighting. Save the world when it falls. I'm up all night and you just keep talking. Are you even the slightest worried that I'll move on and walk right here? Well, I'm out here. 'Cause I'm up all night and you keep pretending that you'll keep fighting. Save the world when it falls. I'm up all night and you just keep talking. Are you even the slightest worried that I'll move on and walk?
So we didn't eat. I mean, yes, we did eat. We eat. Trust me, we eat. We didn't cook, I meant to say, on Christmas Day. So my kitchen really wasn't that bad. And that's the main reason why we decided to do that this year, is just to keep it clean. It was nice. And then we also had company come. So I didn't have enough food planned for everybody because like I told y'all earlier, I really didn't think they were coming. So we ended up just eating out at IHOP, and it was nice to not have a huge mess to clean up in the kitchen the next day. But I'm going to wipe this down, and then I'm going to show you guys an overview of the house now that it's all empty and free of Christmas decor. It looks totally different. It's so open and just clean, and it feels so nice. But I appreciate all of you watching so much. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye, y'all.
A collision of decisions whirling in my heart, and my vision, a rescission, has never been this hard. I got wasted when I tasted the sweetness of your